Yeah, put a verdict that he needs to be punished was actually deprived from the privileges he must have. Now, what are some of the privileges of judges? Judges are people who deal with the matters law, and sometimes their security is quite threatened. If they are left, then they are prone to attacks. So, remember Masengeli is the Inspector General of the police now. He had just been appointed, vetted, and gone through the process before the judge had to oversee his case. So during the case, what came out is that he was guilty because 3 people had disappeared, and such developments led to the need for to come and explain first why he had refused to come to court for so long. Poa sana. Hiyo mashini bado ni chafu tu. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we were discussing the new developments on the Masengeli issue, and we are talking about what happened to the judge who was taking care of that case. So if you have been following closely, you know what happened to the judge, and you know who the judge is. Now, we are asking about the porous aspects in our country. You know, like if you are a leader, whether it's the lowest level, let's say even institutions, and now let's take those in charge of the police, the army, and what have you. It's like they have, too much power, and of course they normally say power corrupts, but absolute power, it corrupts absolutely. So if you have ever heard this saying, you can understand what happened to the judge who was casing Masengeli. Now, becoming an inspector, of course, means he's taking the whole country and is in charge of all members of the police. So, any other observation? Okay. So, hata niliambia deputy jana. Yeah, so the new developments here, and I want you to closely follow that so that we should have our judiciary working without interference. If a judge is going to case over, give a verdict over a case, and this was a case that was, in news everywhere. Remember, Masengeli had refused to go to court after so many summons, and he went just the final day. And of course, if it was a common citizen, what would have happened? Possibly, the person would be arrested and put in. Hello, thank you on board, the 11 of you. I've just begun this discussion. Unfortunately, I'm going for assembly after a few minutes, but this discussion must go on. And we should actually see what people think and how do you think we can protect our judiciary. We've had situations earlier, even after elections, and the judiciary have been molested, some abducted, some even ran away to other countries because they wanted to do what is right, because they gave a verdict that many people did not like. So, does it mean Kenya is a country with porous, consideration or Is it the aspect of absolute power, as I said earlier? So we have to follow developments and actually see more on this. And immediately after assembly, I may have to proceed with this. I've just shortly begun this, and I'll still have another live session on the same. And if you are here and possibly you have an idea about actually what is happening in Kenya, then you can actually share. Or if this happens in other African countries or even overseas. Thank you.